so this deck list will be talked about in my article on Cool Stuff Inc. Tomorrow. It is similar to the mono blue tempo deck, but kind of with a pirate sub-theme. So we've played both mono blue tempo on the stream previously. You can find that on my YouTube channel, and a blue-black pirates that was a viewer submission. And I kind of took some ideas from both of those things and have combined them together into what you see in front of you here. I might have played a match or two with this off stream last night. It seemed pretty sweet, so I'm excited to jam some more games with it this morning. Welcome back, Nivik. Pretty easy mulligan here. No black source. We have 15 black sources for our, or 16 black sources. I think we're on 16. So I have 12 and then 4 unclaimed territories. I don't think I can keep this in good conscience though at 7. Yeah, it's fine. That's actually like really good, right? I think I'm gonna bottom this. I'd really like to draw a Curious Obsession or something like that. Me too, Kuntz. I'm gonna tag him in Discord when the video goes up. I think that deck will get him to play standard. Alright, that's sweet. Got a pretty good curve here. We get to play the Fathom Fleet Captain, and then we're gonna get to play Unclaimed Territory into another Captain while holding up Dive Down. Or they have Thought Erasure. Yeah. Yeah, if you're somebody who enjoys playing turtle decks in Modern but is sad that you often get killed with them, you should definitely try Standard. They took our other pirate away, hoping to draw a 1 or 2 mana pirate here. Kitesail Freebooter, arguably the best pirate we could draw. And again, I want to leave Drowned Catacombs up here, not Unclaimed Territory, so it's very easy to do that. I click on Unclaimed Territory, I tell it to make black mana, and now it's going to use the black mana in my pool, plus an island. Very, very easy to manipulate the auto tapper to do what you want if you're just paying any amount of attention. I think I'm just taking the Chemister's Insight here. Although I guess if I take the Vraska's Contempt, yeah, I'm gonna take the Vraska's Contempt actually. Because this means they have to draw 2 removal spells basically, right? Because I'm gonna stop the next one. First match with it, Trevik. First game, first match even. I love Fathom Fleet Captain, because Fathom Fleet Captain is really good against these control decks, because it allows us to continue adding pressure to the table, but it doesn't, what's the word I'm searching for? It allows us to continue adding pressure to the table, but it doesn't require us to spend more cards to continue adding pressure. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. It's all up there via the Stream Decker widget. That's fair. Yeah, it was definitely between the Chemister's Insight or the Contempt, right? So, like, if they draw Ritual of Soot, we get kind of punished for leaving them the Insight. But if they don't have Ritual of Soot, I kind of like taking... that's not even that big of a deal, right? Like, we lose our 2/2. I'm unsure if this is better as Dive Down or... I'm unsure if this is better as Dive Down or, what's the other one? Spell Pierce. Like, Spell Pierce would have been good there. I like that Dive Down could be useful inside of combat as a trick, so, like, give extra defense that way. What am I discarding here? So, like, part of me wants to bin... I think I just bin the Cast Down, right? Because if they play, like, a creature out, I can just, if they play a creature out, I can just attack through it because he's at Menace. Doesn't really slow my clock. Yep. I think I want to just hold this. They're going to get my Fathom Fleet Captain back next turn, most likely. They're going to 6 here. Maybe I should have kept the 2/2. Rather than... Maybe I should have discarded the Dive Down rather than the Saboteur here. I feel like that could have gone either way. Opponent got some metagamey style cards in their hand, like this Disdainful Stroke here that they're kind of getting punished for having in their main deck. Because obviously our deck's a lot lower to the ground than theirs is. Thief of Sanity. An extra blocker here is very good for them. So they have Stroke. Curious Obsession. Okay. Huh. I guess I put this, okay, so I can put this on here. It's probably put Curious Obsession on a 2/2 and then attack with everything. Do I want to attack with the Kitesail Freebooter? No, they can block 2 creatures. They can double one of the Menace creatures and they can single block the Kitesail Freebooter. The Kitesail Freebooter doesn't have Menace. I think I just attack with the Menace creatures here because they can only block one of them. And like they either block this one that's making more things or I get to draw a card. I think I just leave the Kitesail back here. Fathom Fleet Captain's been really impressive this game. Very good against these control decks. Just trying to fade Ritual of Soot at this point. Now, I think I want to hold the Dive Down in hand because if my opponent draws a removal spell next turn for my Kitesail Freebooter, which has the Vraska's Contempt under it, my cards just kind of fall like dominoes. So I think trying to save something in combat here with Dive Down is pretty bad. Yeah, the fact that all these things have Menace is very good. Look at that, it auto-ordered them in a way that makes sense. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. I don't think it's worth playing this out again. I just want to like hold Dive Down up so my cards don't fall like dominoes. What if I block plus Dive Down here? Is that worth it? Or like this doesn't hit me and they can't get more stuff? Is there anything in my hand, in my deck that really hurts me? I think we just take it. Yeah, it's probably just take it. We're pretty... So long as they don't have Ritual of Soot, we're in a good spot here. Ritual of Soot is what's going to get us here. Yeah, their best hit is Hostage Taker, and Dive Down insulates us against that, which is nice. Alright, so Taker's pretty bad here. Cast Down's pretty bad here. Disdainful Stroke is very good. March of the Drowned is pretty good. Duress is decent. I think I don't want Dreamcaller Siren. Do I? Do I or do I not want Dreamcaller Siren? I don't really want to go too low on threats. I need to cut 2 cards at this point. Wonder if Fleet Poisoner is probably a card I don't need a ton of copies of. Like, there aren't a ton of things that they're blocking with, and this is really good inside of combat. But yeah, Platecrafter actually might be better than Poisoner, honestly. Actually, I could see Siren just being better than Poisoner, too. Just like the tempo on it's pretty reasonable. I guess this is probably fine. How many creatures do I have? I'm at 20 creatures. That's probably decent. I've got March of the Drone to like pick some back up too. This hand's very good. It needs a black source at some point, but the rest of these tools are quite fantastic. Do I have a YouTube video where I review Arena? I do not. I should write an updated review on my website, though. My TLDR is that I think Arena is great. Well, we did a couple of sponsored Arena segments from the Twitch bounty board. All the Arena that I've been playing on stream recently is because I'm interested in playing Arena on stream. Alright, so let's go ahead and Kitesail Freebooter here, I think. And then next turn I can Fathom Fleet Captain plus hold up a different one. They have Star of Extinction in their deck? Seriously? Weird. They're also playing Hostage Taker, which is interesting. Based on what their hand is, I feel kind of bad that I didn't just jam the Fathom Fleet Captain. It's very possible I should just like make them have stuff there. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Just like plan to Dispersal whatever they play this turn. Oh sweet, I can Siren Stormtamer. I can Siren Stormtamer the Hostage Taker ability, which is awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and Duress them. So hopefully they drew a spell in 2 cards. They did. I get to go ahead and play my Captain out. If this deck is good, and that's an if. I genuinely don't know if this deck is good or not. I would imagine that this deck is probably pretty good against matchups like what my opponent's playing. Generally speaking, these tempo decks tend to be good against control decks. We played a Pirates list before on stream. The fact that you're insulated against Fiery Cannonade is sweet random upside, for sure. Do I just go all in here? I think I just go all in. I think I'm gonna do this and then play this out. And then like next turn I get to attack for 6 with Menace. And like obviously I can eat one, but like I make 4 more. So like this is gonna come into play and this can counter an ability, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. That's a really good draw. I don't want to attack with this one because they're pretty close to casting that. So I'm going to attack with these 3. I'm going to go ahead and pay 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and pay 2. So they get to block one of these and take 4. Then I get to March of the Drowned. Get back Saboteur and Fathom Fleet Captain. If they hit a sweeper here, we're going to be dead. But if we can dodge a sweeper for a hot second, we should be in a good spot. That's true. Potentially picking up a protection spell could have been good there. You could see that. Could definitely see that being reasonable. I assume everything on our board is dead here. Is this a ritual set? Oh, it's that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Why be a beast when I can be a god?
Hey, DRMCO. Thank you for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So they're gonna get to Star of Extinction next turn, which sucks for us. I do, however, get to kill the Nicol Bolas here and put them to 5. Well, these all have Menace, right? Oh, Star kills the Bolas. Does it? Oh, it does. Killing the Bolas means that they don't get to draw 2 cards, though. I think missing the damage is worth them not drawing cards. They get to plus this and then Star. So I think them drawing 2 cards is really bad for us.
You are starting to annoy me.
It's also possible I was too aggressive with my March of the Drowned there, and like I could have like saved it to like pick the Kitesail back up in a situation like this. No, I'm holding the land because Saboteur loots. So holding the land in my hand is valuable. Yeah, when their hand is like Star and randoms here, like... Oh, I guess Star kills a land. I think I'm still okay even if they kill a land here. That animation is great. That's a good one. Huh. Yeah, I guess they have plenty of mana here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put both of these. Like this has, yep, this could be. I wouldn't have even been able to counter that anyways, right? Yeah, I prefer to drag, though. So they have 8 mana at this point, which means this basically just doesn't have text. Yeah. That was not the curious obsession I wanted for Christmas. I think we're done. I think Sweeper into Sweeper is gonna end up doing us in there. Be pretty surprised if we can come back from here. Sweeper into Threads, just like pretty perfect sequence for them. I think I could have used, like I said, I think I could have used my March of the Drowned better this game and potentially have been in this, but I think the way I used my March of the Drowned gave them the series of outs that they had. Oh, geez. Oh, look out, Dispersal is live! God bless. Tilts. Okay, I'm gonna back it in. Couple of lands there at the end. Gating back Siren and holding up the ability doesn't do anything, Jojo. That's even worse than what I ended up doing. This doesn't counter sweepers. It only counters a target you or a creature you control. So it couldn't counter the destroy target land card. Yeah, Dreamcaller Siren at the end would have been very good. So if we would have drawn that or like something else, we could have potentially been in it. That's fine. We get to play third game here on the play. I guess I think I made a couple of mistakes that game with my timing of the Raised Dead and some other things. This hand is very good. New client, new animation, same old variants. Ain't that the truth, Franken Bean? And like I said, like you always want to focus when you're playing Magic on the decisions that you made, because like obviously you can't control what your opponent's doing. So you want to focus on what you did and what you could have done differently. It countered the Bolas removal, which got back the sweeper. Okay, that's fair. Right, I think. Oh, I should have led on the Duress. I'm so dumb. I should have led on the Duress. I guess I'll take Sun. Yeah, the fact that I didn't lead on the Duress there was absurdly bad. I was just like talking to chat and like not paying attention. So I'm gonna Curious Obsession here. Really hoping to draw a land. Okay, just do this and then pass. They draw a Doomblade for my Freebooter. I feel pretty bad here, but in fact, they're probably playing Thief next turn. Yeah, we're definitely in on this Kitesail Freebooter, right? Yeah, sweet. Thief of Sanity sounds good to me. Another Duress. Okay. Combat. Attack. Looking for a land drop, a land drop, a land drop. Looking for a land drop. Do, 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 do. Alright, we found another Lookout Dispersal, so we got that going for us. I think I just let this happen. Because, like, resource efficiency is what this game's about at this point, not card advantage. Like, somebody's probably losing this game with cards in their hand. There aren't really removal spells in my deck, which is what they're looking for at this point. They're looking for cheap removal. Perfect. Wow! Holy crap, that was like the best card they could have gotten from us. That is super unfortunate. You think we're gonna die now? Alright, I mean the rest of their hand is bad, but we're not in a good spot. Because this Nicol Bolas gets to come down now. I was like, well, I get to counter whatever the removal spell is with Dive Down, but then they had a thing that I had to Lookout Dispersal. So now they're gonna get to stick Nicol Bolas here, which will be very bad for us. Just do this. Hey, Zoblin, thank you for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. That's brutal. I don't know if there's much I could have done here. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive down this. For people that are new to the chat, please be aware that you need to be constructive and specific when you give feedback on deck lists. You want to suggest we add a card, that's welcome, but you need to talk about why that card's good. Don't just be results based about the current situation that you're looking at. You need to talk about what cards you could cut from the deck and why you would want to cut that card. Just screaming out random card names isn't helpful or useful to anybody. Looking at this game and being like, we need removal in our deck is like really kind of short-sighted and narrow-minded. Like the sequencing that happened in this game had far more to do with the fact that we like missed a land drop than like needing removal spells. And like even if we had a bunch of removal spells, we probably wouldn't have them in against a deck that's like primarily controlling with a bunch of sweepers in it. Not a particularly good place to be. Just gonna go ahead and move along. Pretty dead here. I think if we would have hit our third land drop by 4 rather than having to wait till 5, we would have been okay there, but the fact that we stumbled as long as we did, combined with the fact that our opponent immediately hit the best possible card they could hit off of their thief, was just like too much to overcome. Yeah, that was literally like the first set of games that we've played, right? So like the second game that we played there, I lost to missequencing my choices on my Raised Dead, and then like the third game we just like never found a third land until it was too late. If I could predict the future, I would be far more wealthy than I am now and doing something other than playing children's card games on the internet. It's like not amazing, but fine. Dreamcaller Siren seems like an okay one to keep on top. How much have I put into Arena so far? I've given Wizards of the Coast a pile of money. I am in for like 750 bucks at this point. Basically, every time somebody submits a deck that I don't have card for, I just give them more money. No, I would still play a bunch of Magic if I didn't have to make money to live, but I probably wouldn't stream as much as I do. Thanks, Berserker. So you are correct. So like basically it depends on like what you're looking at. What you're looking at, Zach does. So like, yes, you are correct that in the matches where you need to be connecting with in matches where the board is stalled, Daring Saboteur is worse than a 2/1 that attacks in the air because the 2/1 is evasive always, right? So in a matchup like this card is worse than the 2/1 that attacks. So like, again, like you're looking at this exact specific situation and being like, why aren't you playing the card that's better in this exact specific situation? And I agree with you that looking very narrowly at what's exactly in front of us on the screen, the card you're suggesting is better. But there's more matches than just this one that I'm currently playing in the format, right? Like there are games of Magic where I'm playing against a control deck, for example, and then Daring Saboteur is very, very good there. Oh, I should have Dreamcaller Siren there, probably. Yeah, probably was supposed to Dreamcaller Siren there. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast down. So in fact, this will be a card I likely board out in this creature-based matchup. Whereas, you know, against like a control deck like what we just played against, this card's actually very good, like against the Grixis deck we just played against. So here's the thing, and this is something that I had to realize too through playing Arena. If you think about buying packs in Arena as you're purchasing wild cards, you'll be much happier as a Magic player. So something that's not well described, and this is one of Arena's issues, is that these things aren't well defined. In Arena, every 6 packs you open, you get a rare wild card to craft any rare that you want. And every 3 times that happens, you get a mythic wild card to go along with it. So I feel like a lot of people are overlooking the fact that like they get these wild cards and can effectively get exactly the cards they want from these packs. Hostage Taker's probably pretty good here, right? I feel like I don't really want this Kitesail Freebooter. I'm gonna go ahead and bin that for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass for the time being. I've got Lookout, Dispersal, plus Dire Fleet Poisoner up here. No, it's two to one. So so 12 packs, you open 18 packs, you get 2 rares and a mythic, is how it works. Is how the calculus works out. Yeah, it's about $1 per pack. That was Pirate Mana Leak. I'm pretty sure it's 2 to 1. It's rare, mythic. Rare, I'm pretty confident it's rare, mythic. Do I want the Hostage Taker or the Dive Down here? I definitely want to play the land out. It's 2. I was pretty sure it was 2 to 1. 3 to 1 or 4 to 1 would be better. I agree. If I would have tapped my lands differently, I could have played this plus held up Dive Down, which maybe would have been better. Curious Obsession's a very good draw here. Put this on here. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with just this one for now. Can play the Siren Stormtamer out. And then with the Stormtamer, I actually have lethal next turn on the back of this Dire Fleet Poisoner, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Actually, let's lead on Kitesail here and see what they have going on. Like I said, I think the system that they have is actually pretty reasonable, but I also think that it's too confusing. If they untap land here, maybe they can get back in this. Oh, they have a land for Doom Whisperer. So they get to stick Doom Whisperer this turn. Oh, Vivian Reed. That is really, they're dead to this.
So much already.
So they're gonna do this, shoot this. I'm gonna counter it with Siren Stormtamer, and then we kill them next turn. Yeah, the 5th card solution right now is really bad, and they're aware that it's bad. So like they're just dead on board, right? Because like I make this unblockable. I don't even need to show them Dire Fleet Poisoner. I like this deck a lot. I've been having a lot of fun playing this. Feels powerful and pretty consistent. This is definitely a cast down matchup. Definitely like want my spot removal for the early threats. So Kitesail Freebooter was okay there. But I don't think it's actually particularly good in this matchup. Is Saboteur bad necessarily? Saboteur actually felt kind of okay there. I think I want these strokes. What if I just like cut the freebooters for like strokes plus a cast down? Is that unreasonable? I guess this hitting in the air is pretty good. Yeah, maybe the Saboteur is just not good enough, and I'd rather have this. That's probably the case. I want enough flying creatures to make sure I have things to strap Curious Obsession to as well. I don't think Plaguecrafter is good enough for Planeswalkers because I'm not playing a deck where I'm going to keep my opponent's board clear, so they're generally going to have crappy creatures they can sacrifice to Plaguecrafter. I think I'd rather just like pressure Planeswalkers with creatures, or Disdainful Stroke them, or Lookout's Dispersal them. This seems okay. Someone was asking about Moment of Craving versus Spell Pierce, and I think you're approaching that slot wrong. So like my Moment of Cravings and my Fungal Infections, like those are cards for the red aggressive decks, whereas Spell Pierce would be a card that's for more anti-control cards, right? So I already have anti-control cards in my sideboard in the form of like Duress and Disdainful Stroke. So like when you're swapping cards out in your sideboard, you generally want to have a cohesive plan where like these are the matches where these cards are coming in. If I'm changing them out, I probably want other cards for those same matchups. I have no idea how the ranking system works. I'm just hanging out playing matches of Magic. I know you don't get prizes for the ranking system, but I don't know if how it like tries to pair you or anything like that. Direfleet Poisoner is a card that I've been pretty impressed with. It's basically like double removal in a lot of ways. It's a piece of removal when it blocks something, and then it turns something else into removal when they block it, which is neat. Man, if they don't have a Doomblade here... Bye, friend. Wow, that sequencing. I guess they were worried about a counterspell on this. They must have been worried about a counterspell on this, right? WotC won't give a lifetime ban to cheaters, but Dan Lanthier's LGS gave him what? It gave prize compensation. That's awesome, Wannabe Beetle. Well, I think they wanted this to resolve, so they were playing around like an Essence Scatter or a Syncopate on this by attacking first, like trying to bait a removal spell. My turn. Do I want to just play this? I kind of want to just play this and start attacking them. Like, I have all these Lookout Dispersals in my hand, so I kind of want to just pressure here. Just like, welcome to the Space Jam, basically. Am I casting this down? I think I'm casting... I just have like quad mana leak or trips mana leak in my hand. I'm gonna offer the trade here. If they want to play, I think having one threat in play is fine. Seeker Squire. That card's like kind of annoying. Although if I don't have to Dispersal this turn, I get to jam the Dreamcaller Siren, which is nice. Yeah, them getting a land off of that is fine for us. That means my 2/2 can keep attacking into it. Like, obviously they got to Cantrip, which is a little annoying, but I get to go ahead and just like do this. If they don't have a cast down here, we should be ahead in a pretty big way. I think if we get to untap, yeah, the untapping there is real good for us. So like now I've just got like these threats in play, and I get to hold out these Lookup Dispersals. What an incredibly well-designed card. And actually, it's funny. This card's actually really good against Carnage Tyrant, right? Like, this is a Doomblade that kills Carnage Tyrant. I'm like, I have my three. So like, it's annoying, but like, we're actually fine here, right? So like, this is actually just perfectly okay for us. Like, I'm annoyed and this card is offensive, but it's like actually doesn't put us in a bad spot. Oh, would you look at that? All right. The old post mana leak land of shame here. Get a little BM emote in there. This is why I want to jam Carney Boy as my control finisher. Rude. I hope this archetype is good, because I'm gonna end up playing this deck at the Invitational. I can feel it. I love awful tempo decks, chat. I love awful tempo deck. They're just This is quite good. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning to everybody out there. Hope you're having a great Tuesday wherever you're at. Welcome to Standard Tuesdays here on the channel. Every Tuesday morning and day afternoon, you'll be able to find us playing Standard here. So while a lot of the decks on this stream are viewer-submitted deck lists, Marty did a donation for me to play something that I wanted to play today, and I chose to play Blue-Black Pirates. This is my configuration of Blue-Black Pirates that I've been working on. I think this deck's a lot of fun. I think this archetype is really sweet. I'm gonna bottom this for now, I think. Looking for a Curious Obsession. Perfect stream time. Yeah, my daytime, my Monday to Wednesday streams are always during this time slot, so. Gosh, I can't even imagine how good this deck would be if we had what's it called? How dead is this? Scale of 1 to dead. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Not dead. Deal. Dead now? If they don't kill this and I get to Lookout's Dispersal next turn, I would be so incredibly happy. You gonna kill this at my end step? They might as well untap, right? Yeah, might as well untap. Please don't kill this and let me Dispersal something. I really just want to use my mana this turn. I don't know if these Hostage Shakers are good main deck or not. They're probably pretty good in this matchup, right? Well, I guess they die to a lot of stuff. Cast a 2-drop. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and Dispersal this. I just like want to get to use my mana this turn. There's no guarantee they're gonna play another spell. Yeah, that's fine. This is a good curve for us because it means the Hostage Shaker is likely to live next turn. Ooh, they've got a blue splash. Sweet. There's so many sweet decks in this format. Doesn't have haste, right? Nope. Good draw. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and get this down before anything bad happens. Like that one, please. Wow, that's aggressive. Defensive? Is that aggressive or defensive? How many bits to get a modern deck bumped to the front of the line? You can always find the deck queue on my website, jeffhoagland.com, or bit.ly/deck queue for short. I actually don't know offhand what the modern decks are. Be aware that I do not take cuts for formats we're not currently playing. So today is all standard. So tomorrow, you can cut a deck into the front of tomorrow. Sure. Russian way, there's no hostage anymore. Dreamcaller Siren's been pretty good too. It has just like the sickest animation, so you know, just like good value all around. Dear Morrow, if you love me, please let this deck be real so I can play it and not feel bad. Arena is really good software. Arena is the Magic video game many of us have been waiting for a very long time. Opponent has run a little bit bad. That's Magic though, right? You know, gotta take the good with the bad. Nope. 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 So earlier this year, we funded a trip for me to head to the SCG Invitational. So I'm looking for a standard deck to play at that tournament beginning of December. It's a little bit far off, but this is definitely a front runner. Alright, so this is a Fungal Infection, Cast Down, Moment of Craving matchup for sure. What seems bad here? Daring Saboteur seems pretty bad. Not only can it like not attack on the ground, but like having an extra one seems medium against them. Look out, Dispersal is probably a card I don't want 4 of. It's probably too many cuts. Honestly, there's a good chance I have too many cards in my sideboard for the control matchup, and I just like want more cards for these aggressive decks. Correct, yeah, the Invitational is going to be the format that we are playing right now. Yeah, March of the Drowned is definitely good here. Like, they're gonna kill our stuff, right? And like, I'm gonna be trading my stuff off pretty aggressively. March of the Drowned has definitely been a card that's like overperformed as well. It's like another pirate payoff. Look out, it's Dispersal and that. And like, honestly, just getting to play Unclaimed Territory is like a big reason to play a tribal deck like this too. It's a payoff in a way, like having good mana is a payoff. Yeah, Disdainful Stroke hits March of the Multitudes. When you cast a spell with X, its converted mana cost includes the X while it's on the stack. Yeah, only if X, that's true. Only if X is 1 or more. So if they march for 0, it does not hit it. Stroke seems like a weird card to bring in against us. Now, I don't think Deadeye Tracker is very good. It takes a while for it to get going, and like, usually in my experience playing this deck so far, the mana's pretty tight. I love how many like must answer threats this deck gets to play too. Like, you need to kill this or it gets out of control really quickly. You need to kill whatever we put Curious Obsession on. So like, for as cheap as the threats are in this deck, it has a lot of cards that are just like, well, you really need to counter that one or kill that one or you're gonna die. So the problem is, I feel like talking about Deadeye being good against black-green, and this is something I see people do in Modern a lot too, is that's misassessing your role. So this deck isn't an aggro deck against a deck like black-green. So, or this deck isn't a control deck against a deck like black-green, right? So like, this deck is an aggressive deck in a matchup like that. And trying to outgrind them is just going to be a recipe for making yourself like very sad. And like, if they have a Doomblade here, they're gonna need to kill this one now. Yeah, and like, now they're not gonna kill my pirate that's gonna make more pirates, right? So like, I'm getting 2 for 1 here, but like, I'm still ahead, right? Well, I don't even think it's necessarily even that they always have removal pikes. I think it's more so that just like, oh, I don't have another pirate. Oh, I'm so dumb. I forgot this needs another pirate. Wow, that's brutal. Just like super punished for my sequencing here. Okay, so now we have a game because I messed up. Mistakes happen. Thank you for the 10-month resub there. Roll assessment is easier. I tend to play the grindiest decks I can. Yep. Roll assessment is much easier when you only have one roll, that's for sure. March of the Drowned, that's pretty good. Would like 2 pirates, please. I would like a Kitesail Freebooter and the Stormtamer, I think. Do I just want the Poisoner? I think I want the Poisoner. The Fathom could be okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine. And then I can go Kitesail into Fathom here. Yeah, I guess that's better. Yeah, you all right. That's just like, and again, to force this to use it, you just gotta tap just this one manually, and then it'll use the one from the pool plus my other land. This is again an arena thing that needs to hold your hand a little bit better. In the top right-hand corner of your screen, there's a little toggle that you can flip over that enables all game modes. So if you don't enable that, the ladder only offers you best of 1. So there is a best of 3 ladder, you just have to know to enable it. Like one more turn to kill this card. Otherwise, it'll just have thoroughly run away with the game. Even honestly, just making like 1/2/2 is probably good enough here. Yep. I've not seen the update. Yeah, the fact that the tokens have menace is very, very good. So I only have 7 mana here. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the Hostage Taker out. Let's grab that one. That's probably a useful addition. Yeah, the animation is just like A+. It's quite fantastic. I love decks like this. Just so you got nothing? Alright, good. Right, let me beat you up. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have gone all in here if they have a sweeper effect. Sure. DOB. Yeah, you can find some Is It Control on my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Jeff Oakland. Everything I stream gets archived there. Like Fiery Candidate, yep. Yeah, technically there's Star too, but yeah. Okay. Okay. Tap up, keep concede, right? This draft deck is, it's not a bad draft deck. It's not. Confirmed top 10 draft decks. Actually, just like do a mono blue impersonation. That's good enough. Lack of black mana makes me a little bit worried. Daring Saboteur is pretty good. I don't know. I could see an argument for mulliganing the sand for sure. Throwing another basic eye on there kind of sucks. Perfect. I think if they want to kill Saboteur, I'm okay with that. I could like wait a turn and hold up a blue mana, but I don't think that's really necessary. That's an interesting idea. Like, am I supposed to just auto mulligan because it doesn't have the best card in our deck in it? That's very possible. I've not played Jeskai Control yet. Huh, so I think I'm just gonna pass here. I really don't want to play into a counterspell this turn. There's like definitely like an ionized turn, right? Feels like. I like that dive down can protect my creature from like a 3 damage sweeper here, which is nice. Am I just using this to protect it, or do I want to use the dive down here? I think I want to use the dive down because it keeps more pressure in play. It's a little bit worse. God, that was just like the best draw in our deck. We've not played Thousand Year Storm yet. It is on the list of things we want to play at some point. So I have Cleansing Nova, Teferi. I think I just take their Cleansing Nova here. Yeah, because I have Lookout Dispersal to counter the Teferi, and then I have Stormtamer Siren to counter the Settle the Wreckage here later. It says, I got moments asking about Daring Saboteur earlier. I feel like this game was just like kind of a masterclass in a way of like why this card is quite fantastic. Yeah, settle targets me. And then I don't really have, I guess this lets me Dispersal, Poisoner, plus activate Stormtamer. It's a shame this only gives an attacking pirate 1/1. It's just not attacking anymore. Just do this. If I remember offhand, I can answer now. I play a lot of Magic though, so sometimes it can be hard to keep track of like what I've played when. I think they just like know they need to power through. Enough. So yeah, they're just gonna pack it in. God bless bot commands. All right, so like I think I might actually have too many cards for these control matchups, so let's see how this feels. So I definitely want the Strokes, the Duresses, and the March of the Drowns. It's a matchup where Cast Down is bad. It's a matchup where Hostage Taker is bad. I really only have like 4 clean cuts, huh? So I think I have too many cards in my sideboard for these control matchups. I don't have a ton of cards that are like very clear, like these cards need to come out. I guess Dire Fleet Poisoner is pretty bad in this matchup. That leaves me with how many creatures? It's 19 creatures. Let's leave one of these in. Yeah, Platecrafter could be good here. One of the reasons I have Platecrafter on my board is theoretically for a matchup like this. Yeah, Fleet's not, it's not terrible, but it's definitely just like not amazing as it could be. I think that's what I want to do. I think I need to revisit my sideboard and like reassess what my ins and outs are for these, for the control matchups and for not. Didn't look great. I'm just gonna jam Captain here. Hey, Roy, thank you very much for that brand new Prime support there. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. We'll go shirtless as Fathom Fleet Captain here. Oh, Captain, my Captain. That. Oh, that was supposed to be this. But here we are. Pay attention, chat. Pay attention to your cards. And because I wasn't paying attention, I would have been able to like hold up Poisoner plus a Disdainful Stroke this turn, and now I just like can't deploy a threat. Yeah, I got distracted by the shirtless pirate. Perfect. So, pretty punished for my misclick there. Misdrag, whatever you want to call it. I think I just have to let that happen. I think I'm just holding these for... I think I've messed up in my sideboarding. I think my Platecrafter should be in my deck right now because their deck plays Niv Mizzet. I'm getting too old for this. Yeah, get out of here, Teferi. That's not how standard works though, Endo Crisis. Like, one of the reasons why standard is such a sweet format is because it's not a format where you have to be linear or super interactive, right? Like, it's a format where the absolute power level of what's going on is much, much lower. possible I should have played the Siren Stormtamer out pre-combat here. Yeah, punished. Wow, super punished. Alright, mistakes were made. I've actually been really impressed with this deck so far today. Like, we're winning, like, I'm making a ton of, like, misclicks and mistakes like that. Like, we're still, like, really in all of these games. I'm gonna be honest, Fusion, I would have timed you out if you didn't have a sub badge there. Settle if it really does target. That targets a player. I should have played my land, because then I could have double Dreamcallered here. There's a lot of really small mistakes here as I'm clicking through. Yeah, no problem, I see. A good thing to know in general, and I know like what I do is a little bit different from what a lot of people do, but you could be familiar with my content. I always do a wrap-up segment at the end, so you can kind of like know what to expect, right? Gosh, could you imagine how far ahead we would be right now if I'd have just like sequenced in a way that didn't make me an idiot? Yeah, it like counters discard spells and stuff too, like Thought Erasure. I could just like never beat this card because I don't have Playcraft in my deck at the moment. Yeah, there should definitely be two. Oh my god, and I could have tapped this. Just gonna. All right. Well, we'd have won that game by a landslide if I'd have done things correctly. Let's get game 3 on the play. Put these Playcrafters in my deck. I miss modern content, but at least I get to entertain myself in between teaching the small children throughout the day. Love the channel. Can't wait for my wooden sword next month. Thank you for the 5 months, Jaw. Still plenty of modern content here to go around too. Remember, I'll be doing that still 3-4 days a week. Definitely want the Plague Crafter. Do I want this Duress? I wonder if these Duresses are good enough. It's possible this is too many Disdainful Strokes too. I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I think like I said, I think I have too many cards on my board for the control decks right now. I need to figure out exactly which ones I want and why. Yeah, Playcrafter is very good. Am I planning to play any paper events coming up? I'll be playing at the SCG Invitational in Roanoke, Virginia at the beginning of December. That's the only other paper event I have coming up this year. Traveling to pay paper Magic is just like really time consuming and expensive. I'll show you, Coder Chris, next time we do. The interface in Arena for the deck builder leaves a lot to be desired. So there actually isn't a total on the screen that we were looking at. You have to click into the other view. And hopefully it's something they fix soon. Man, if they can't kill this Kitesail Freebooter on the untap, we're gonna get to Curious Obsession it and hold up Lookout's Dispersal and just like bury them deep in the ground. So they have Integrity, Deafening Clarion. I think I just take Clarion here, right? Curious Obsession generates a lot of card advantage very quickly. You know, all the cards in their hand at the moment. It's another land, that's awesome. It lets us Captain plus Stroke. They're struggling to hit land drops here too. Goobadiah, thank you for the 6-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. The other thing too is, right, like, we've been playing these games. This is our busted draw, and like, we've been winning games without our busted draw, right? So like, we've had just okay draws and have still been winning games of Magic, which is just like really impressive to me. Like the disruption into put Howling Mine plus an extra power on my creature is just like our best possible draw. It's just very, very good. Yeah, that was a sweet set of games. So yeah, so the blue-black Pirates deck is a little bit of a wrap up here. This is the list that I've been thinking about. If you want to hear some more of my thoughts on this list too, that's going to be in my article on CoolStuffInc.com tomorrow. I think I was pretty happy with that main deck. Yeah, the mana is pretty clean. Like I said, getting to play Unclaimed Territory is like a pretty big upside to being tribal. All the slots felt pretty trim. I wish we had Peace Jaw. Thanks for the support. Enjoy teaching the monsters. I wish I had one more good one-drop to put in the deck, but I think I'm pretty happy with what we have so far. Yeah, just like just so many of the cards just like have really, really powerful synergy. Yeah, if I trim the Hostage Takers from the main deck, I think it would be to lower the curve, but honestly, I'm not sure that, like, it's just like a powerful card and we have a lot of ways to protect it, so it's probably worth keeping in. Clark the Weem, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that, welcome. I don't know. I think the red matchup's actually something I might want more cards on the board for. Like I said, I think I have one too many cards for control at the moment, and I think I wouldn't mind another card for the red decks. I feel like my gut would be trim the third Disdainful Stroke, add another Moment of Craving, just like I have 2 Infection, 2 Craving, and a Cast Down to bring in. But I definitely had too many cards for control. I want to figure out like what, like, so I have like March, Duress, and Disdainful Stroke as like 6 cards to bring in against the control decks, and Plague Crafter to a degree to like kill Tough Freeze. And I think Grasping Scoundrel, I think I remember that one and I didn't think it was good enough. Yeah, this card's not playable. This comment is not playable. Whoa, Ross, doling out the sub gifts. Thanks for the generosity, I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't remember what our record was. Talking strictly about record, I think is a really bad way to approach deck building and like looking at what you're doing. You wanna think about like how the matches played out and what was good, what felt bad, etc., etc. Especially when you're testing something. Like the only time your actual match record result matters when you're trying to top 8 a tournament. All right, so what are we doing after Pirates? We have Grixis Midrange up next. Nice. Well, Ross, congrats. What format were you playing? What deck were you playing?